Okay, hello. Welcome everybody. Yeah, we have a lot of matches today, so this is going to be the start of one of them. Here is our second Group B match of the first set. We have Anders and Brendyn here, and they will be going against each other in their first matches of the Clock Cup, and also they're the last competitors to have not competed in the Clock Cup yet, so this is gonna be great. I think I'm just gonna go over what we have right now in terms of the scores. So this is a Group B match. We have these two competitors here. So basically, whoever wins that will be placed on the scoreboard here in one of the qualifying spots. But there's still two more sets to go, and I believe we do have an update from last night's match that Caleb Trelford is the first competitor to officially qualify for the Clock Cup, mathematically. And I believe he did almost clinch a spot in the first seed. So if we look at the bracket here, he would go into this spot against seed 2 of Group D, which as it stands right now is Carrie Creech. So that's going to be exciting to watch. Alright. Let's go back to our competitors here. We also have Caleb Trelford providing some commentary. So, Caleb, would you like to say hi?
Hi.
All right. Also, if you guys haven't voted yet, you should definitely do so that we can calculate our odds for this match. Currently, I think this will be my official tally here. There's a 73% chance that Brendyn Dunagan will win, and 27% chance that Anders will win. So, it's going to be very interesting here. Alright, I don't think there's really much else to say. Kayla, would you like to add any comments to what I just said, or anything just in general?
I think this will be a very interesting match because a lot of competitors and viewers, I'm sure, don't know Anders very well. A lot of people don't know what he averages.
Yeah, he does have an official sub 5 average, I believe, if that's correct. And also, he uses no flip too, so it's going to be very interesting to see someone other than Caleb Shelford here use no flip in the Clock Cup. So that's going to be amazing. All right, let me just get started here. I'm going to bring out a coin, and we can start the coin toss. I believe Brendyn was in the higher seed, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct for Clock Cup? Yes.
I think so.
Yes, I believe that is correct. So we're gonna start the coin toss here. Actually, I'm gonna use a quarter like I did before last night. All right. So Brendyn, which side would you like to choose?
Tails.
Sorry, tails.
Tails.
Okay, that was a little anticlimactic there, but it is tails. So, Brendyn, what would you like to go with, first or second?
I'll go first.
You will go first. Okay, so time will start when Brendyn goes first. You guys can start scrambling here. I'm going to server deafen both of you. If you guys need anything from either of us, please let us know. Alright, so they are both server deafened here. Brendyn's going to go first right now.
This is an interesting scramble with two center edge pairings and an edge-edge pairing and an AUF skip.
Yeah, so that's going to be interesting to see how the competitors deal with this. This is Brendyn's first solve of the Clock Cup, so let's see how this goes. And you know, it's also important too because whoever wins the first solve here takes home the match, but Brendyn did not like that. That is a, let's see what that is from Brendyn here. It is a solved clock though, so that's important to see here. I can't see the time. Caleb, did you get a reading on that?
I couldn't see it either.
That was a, let's see, it's processing on Brendyn's end. Your solve is still processing. You might have to click enter again. Alright, Anders is going here. 525. That's a 525 from Brendyn. I think Anders might have beaten that. It's a 450, so Anders does beat that. That is 1 point for Anders here. So Anders actually takes the first point of the match, Caleb, we would look for you to enter in your time. There we go. Yeah. All right. So that is surprising, honestly. And we also see now the odds have dropped down from 73 for Brendyn to 71. So that's interesting to see here. Anders will be going first. He's getting ready. All right. The scramble has a adjacent edge case, so it's gonna be interesting to see how Anders deals with that. That looked alright.
Solved.
It is solved. And that is a 454.
4.54.
454, wow. Okay, so Anders here is coming in strong. Let's see how Brendyn does here. Brendyn has a sub 4 official average, so maybe he probably knows a thing or two about controlling nerves. Let's see if he does that here. That looks fast, but I think it looked alright. He doesn't seem all that satisfied about it, but it did look good. That is a 375. So that is our first sub 4 of the match here. Brendyn takes the point. Oh my god, and he's doing the gritty. He's hitting the gritty. That is beautiful. I think he made that promise that every sub 4 he'd get, he'd hit the gritty. So, wow, okay. Caleb, would you like to add any comments about what's happened so far?
It's already exciting getting a sub 4 this soon in the match.
Yeah. And, you know, we have to also hear, as commentators, we have to look for patterns. Is Brendyn going to be inconsistently good, or is Anders just going to be consistently good here? What I see is that Anders' strategy of being consistently good with just no flip as a method, I think that's really going to help him maybe get a better result in this match than a lot of us were expecting. Brendyn doesn't really like that. That could be a mid to high 4, if I had to guess. That's a 440.
4.4.
Okay, that's not bad. Anders hasn't beaten that on this match, but keep in mind, there's only been 2 solves, so we're going to see how the competitors deal with this. Anders is solving here, or inspecting here, I should say. There is a line case here, and also a 2-move cross if you think about it, but I don't think that really applies to no flip that much.
He chose to put the wine case on the back. That's interesting.
Yeah, I think that's in terms of... It's a 468. Anders here is being consistent, but not consistent enough because Brendyn takes that point. Wow, okay. Alright. We're gonna... For me, it's still processing, so... I'm gonna refresh here. Alright, we should get a result in now. There we go. Alright. Here we have another very lucky scramble, if we had to look at it. Brendyn's not scrambling. Brendyn, scramble. Okay. There we go. Wow, we have 26 viewers here. That's a lot of viewers. Especially for a match like this. I think this is going to be a lot closer than I expected, honestly. With the performance Anders has here. He's opting to go for the edge case in the back. And that looked alright. I don't think it was one of his fastest times, but it was a 471. Okay. Brendyn's only beaten that once in this whole match, so let's see if Brendyn can get that here. I think that might have been a 471. That's probably like a mid to low 4 if I had to guess. That is a 4-0, maybe, I believe. Oh, that's a 380. Never mind. And he's also hitting the gritty, so... yeah, 3-1 Brendyn. Wow, okay. Alright. So we have gone to the next solve here. Okay. So, Caleb, I guess as a no-flip user, would you like to provide any context to what Anders might be doing right now? Or what might be going through his mind?
I think Anders is just going to try to keep being as consistent as he's been and hope that Brendyn starts messing up some solves.
Yeah, I think consistency here is what matters, since Brendyn has shown inconsistent sub 4s and also what seems to be a pretty bad solve here. I don't think he really likes that much. But
a DNF.
It's a DNF. Alright. Guaranteed for Anders here if he solves the clock. What's his DNF rate? Because this is interesting to see as a no flip user what that might be like. Is it gonna be effective here? Let's see. He's taking his time. Opting to go for the edge case in the back. He's going fast though. Alright.
That was a 3, I think.
That was probably a 3. No! It's a DNF. Oh wow, it's a 387 DNF. That means both competitors do not receive any points. Alright, I will give that context to them right now. Since you guys both DNF'd, none of you will get points, just so you know. Wow, okay. Wow. That is... Alright, it's a bit of a slow start here to the match, but I think it's competitive. It's competitive. That is... Wow, okay. I think that's just the struggle with no flip, is that you're gonna have a consistent DNF rate, and probably more of a DNF rate compared to flip. If you have to safety, it might have just been better for Anders just to check the backside there. What was that? That was probably a mid to high 4. Oh no, it's 513. 513. Okay, let's see how Brendyn does here. We're 7 minutes in, by the way, so this has to go fast, or else it might end in a draw. Did Anders take that? Anders, it's a DNF. It's another DNF. Anders takes that. It is 2-3. This is a lot closer than I was expecting, honestly. It's kind of a warning sign for Brendyn, I'm assuming. Could this be...
I was expecting this to be a pretty close match.
I was not, honestly, because I don't think... I didn't do my research. You probably have, but I'm not really that big into no flip, and I haven't really heard of Anders that much in the clock community. Only maybe a couple times. I think this is probably the first time I've heard of him in the clock community, to be honest, if I'm being honest here. So Brendyn really has to control himself. It's gonna be a high 4 if I'm assuming. He doesn't like that. It might be a low 5. It's a 492. Okay. Let's see how...
Anders can definitely beat that.
Yeah, let's see how Anders does here. We're going to be adding a lot of stoppage time, from what I'm assuming, so also to take that into account. I don't think he's beating that. He seems to have trouble on the solve. He has to do a flip, so that's not good. That is 2-4 Brendyn, I'm assuming. Looking from the quality of the solve, that's an 11. Yeah, it's 2-4 Brendyn. Brendyn looks very nervous right now. Something that you don't see a lot with Brendyn, to be honest. Alright. Here we have an edge skip and also an adjacent skip with a corner skip on the same case. So hopefully I'm using the right terminology here. There's a lot of viewers. Currently the odds are 77% for Brendyn, but honestly I think they might start to be dwindling a little more. Assume Brendyn misscrambled, or no, he's alright. Okay. Is that a solved clock? Okay. We're looking at a, let's see here, a 495. That is the time to beat. Brendyn just has to get sub 5 here. That's definitely not hard for Brendyn to do. He already has sub 4 officially, so he might take this point. Oh no. Oh, that's rough. That's rough. Did he still get sub? Did he still get sub 5 though? 508. That is a point for Anders here. Wow. Wow. All right. That is a point for Anders. This is kind of crazy. Honestly, with this performance here from Anders, do you think he might get out of the group stage? Like,
I think he has a shot.
I think he has definitely has a shot here. A lot of people were kind of expecting that Brendyn would get out of the group stage pretty easily, but for Anders, this is a match you have to win if you want to advance, and that seems to be the case here. So, because he probably won't beat Carter Thomas, and he might beat, I believe, Reed, so it's a very competitive group, but that is a solid, very solid solve there. Solved clock. It's a low 4. 404, I believe. Let's see how Anders does. Alright, Anders is hooking here. Looking for a sub 4, which I don't think he's getting here. But it's still a very solid solve, to say the least. That is a 592. So maybe not his best performance, but it's still a point for Brendyn here. The score, I'm going to just double check here. We don't want the same fiasco from last time. It is 3-5. I'm correct. It is 3-5.
With Brendyn in the lead.
With Brendyn in the lead, correct. Anders will be going first. We see a edge skip and a quarter skip on one side, so. And also an adjacent skip, too.
Some very strong turning from Anders.
Wow, yeah. I think he's starting to put the pressure on Brendyn. 479. Brendyn has just get sub 4.8. In normal circumstances, I don't think this is hard for Brendyn to do, but I think Brendyn's really struggling here with the nerves, so let's see if he can do it. It's frozen. Alright. Oh, the corners. Those corners. Does not sound good. It might be a 478. It's a 5, I believe. A 4 or a 5, but I don't think that beat it. That's a 489. Very close. 489, very close though. We have to give that credit to Brendyn there. But that is 4-5 Anders. We're looking at a draw here, honestly. Or I think it's still anyone's game. But the possibility of a draw is honestly very likely. I think this is probably the highest chance of a draw in Clock Cup history in terms of the match. Let's see how Brendyn does. That looked fast. That is a 324.
3.2.
324. Okay. Wow. Alright, Brendyn.
Not choosing to hit the gritty, though.
Yeah. It does look very... Was that a pin touch?
No.
Or, wait, what happened? You misscrambled? Okay. Just continue with the solve anyway. Misscrambles we're not really enforcing them, so, just continue solving. Alright, Alright, that wasn't going to be a 324 anyway. That's a DNF, so that's a point for Brendyn here. It's 4-6. Every point here counts. I think we're going into probably at least 3 minutes of stoppage time here. So, actually maybe 2. I'm not sure. We're going to probably go 2 or 3. I have to enter in my time. Alright. An edge skip on one side. This is going to be interesting. I believe the 324 is probably one of the best solves of the Clock Cup, actually. So that's... And Brendyn isn't as happy about that as he should be, though. So, it is kind of an interesting reaction here. Alright. Opting go for the edge skip in the back. That's a DNF. That's a DNF. This is going to be a much needed point for Brendyn if he wants to win this match. We're looking probably at 2 minutes of stoppage time here, if I had to guess. So, we're going to go 2 minutes of stoppage time. So there should be about 2 more solves these competitors do. Oh, okay. Brendyn doesn't like this. Brendyn
He
does
just
not
needs
like
to
this.
solve though.
Yeah, I just needed to solve, but yeah, it's solved. Okay. So, alright. That is 4-7 Brendyn. We're gonna go into 2 minutes of stoppage time here. You guys have about 2 more solves left. If they don't get through this one solve though, then that would technically be the end of stoppage time.
I wonder if they're gonna choose to have a break or not.
I think, honestly, either one could opt for a break. It would make sense for either competitor to do so. Alright, Brendyn here is solving. Okay. Let's see what that looks... Oh, that's a
A
DNF.
DNF.
That's a DNF. Anders is here still very much in contention. Anders can start solving. It's a 394 DNF too. That's very important to know. Anders here just has to solve the clock. Will he solve it?
And it's
Yes,
solved.
he does. That's a point for Anders here. Wow. Okay. We're going to 2 minutes of stoppage time. This will be the last solve. I'm going to turn off the timer. So, we're going to stop the timer here. Alright. Let's see how this goes. Brendyn's very nervous. You can hear it. That's an edge kick. That's an edge skip on one of the sides though. Okay, that didn't look great from Anders, but it's still a 535. Brendyn just has to. I'm not even sure if it's considered a safety for Brendyn, but Brendyn just has to go for the solve. Get his average down and see what happens.
Brendyn's looking very nervous. He was scratching his face before the solve.
Wow,
Getting sweaty.
he's going all out here. But I don't know. That's a no, I think. It might not be sub 5. And it might not be the 535.
I think that was a 6.
That was a 692. Okay. So I'm gonna undeafen both competitors here. That is 6 points for Anders, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yes. Okay. So you guys are gonna go into a halftime. Do you want to go into a halftime break? So either competitor, if they say yes, only one of you has to say yes, and we'll go into a halftime break.
I'd say yeah.
Yes. Okay. Brendyn is going for the halftime break. We will see you guys in 5 minutes. We will be back at 12:28 Eastern Standard Time. Or 12:30. Yeah, 12:28. Brendyn here is hitting the gritty as he promised during the halftime break. Wow. All right. Um, so as we get back into this match here, both competitors are very competitive. It is 6-7 right now in Brendyn's favor, but the tide could change either way. We're gonna go in for 15 more minutes. We'll add stoppage time if necessary, but if both competitors don't reach 15 in that time, it will be considered a draw. So, just so both competitors are mindful, you might want to start speeding it up a little bit. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say. Caleb, do you have anything else to say before these competitors are server deafened?
I think that this is the closest match we've had so far, where both competitors, even after the break, still have a chance of winning.
Yeah. So, all right. Let's server deafen both of these. Just as a reminder.
Starting.
Yeah. I'm gonna send you guys the scrambles in just a little bit. All right. Just as a reminder for everyone, Brendyn needs 8 solves to win, and Anders needs, I believe, 9. So it's still pretty close. I have just sent the competitors their scramble, and yeah. Caleb, do you have any comments to make on the scramble?
There's 2 corner skips on this scramble, and there's that move. If you do a DR on the first side, then you can solve 2 pieces at the same time.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting like meta or like trick there. Oh wait, Brendyn, I believe you are going first. Okay, Brendyn is going first, just so you're aware here. All right, with 27 viewers, this is a very watched match right now.
Brendyn's looking fairly intense.
Okay, time has started here. It is let's see what it is. That's DNF. That's DNF. Okay. Anders just has to not DNF, and Anders will tie it up, make it even. 7-7.
You don't want to be having your first solve after the break via DNF. That's really bad for mentals.
Yeah. But I think Anders here is just going to go slow. Yep, he checks the backside. That is a solved clock, and that's all the information we need to know. That is this right now, the score is 7-7. They tied it up. And at this point in the match, that's really important to know. Yeah, this is going to be a long one. Both need 8 to win. And yeah, this is just showing potential from Anders here, honestly, because Brendyn has a better average by almost a second, but they're both still very much in contention. It just shows you if either those averages were just lucky, or if this might not just be the match for Brendyn.
Anders had some very good turning on that solve, but it's a 4.7.
All right. Anders is like almost being consistently sub 5 if I had to guess, and Brendyn is kind of not in that range, but he hasn't gotten a sub 5 in the past 4 solves, so it's and
that did not win.
So Anders takes the lead here. This is a much needed point from Anders. Every point here counts. It's just kind of like a tipping balance here. As soon as one starts to gain a lot more momentum, it's just over. They're both very much in contention. It's not where like one is heavily favored. I think both are at a very fair playing level here.
This is a very equal matchup. I tend to agree with you.
All right, let's look at how Brendyn, that's not good. That's not good. That's not good. That is a I think that is gonna be probably a 7 or an 8.
It's an 8.80.
8.80. Anders is probably just gonna safety on this one.
Carter, do you think that Brendyn taking the break was a mistake?
So far, it looks like it, but honestly, I think that a break was probably going to be necessary from both competitors. The 582 from Anders, that does beat an 880. It's very interesting, honestly. I'm so interested to see what happens here. Like, this could go any way. The next 5 minutes are probably gonna determine if this match might be a win for Anders, or if it's gonna be a draw, or even a win for Brendyn. If Brendyn can pull off 8 solves in 12 minutes, which is very possible. All right, Anders here.
Brendyn
solving.
breaking his cube cover.
Oh. Okay. It's a 580. Brendyn. Yeah, just do your solve anyway. Just so we, if you don't, what did you say? I can't hear you. Okay. Yeah, I saw that your cube cover just broke. Wait, Caleb, can you hear Brendyn? Caleb? Okay, I can't hear Caleb either. We'll be, we'll be right back. Alright, so we are back. Hopefully we resolve the technical difficulties there. We're just gonna give Brendyn, the chance to solve, and we'll start the clock at 19. I'm gonna server deafen both of you. Caleb, say something to me right away after I server deafen them, just so I can make sure that they hear me. Brendyn,
Hello,
you can start.
Carter?
Yes, I hear you. Okay. Caleb, can you just say something again?
Hello.
Alright, yes, I can hear you. Cool. Alright. Brendyn is starting. Let's see what this looks like. Alright, Brendyn's starting. Is that going to be the 580? That's my question. It's a little bit laggy on my end. It's very blurry.
It's laggy on my end, too. I think it's on Brendyn's end.
That's a, let's see what that is. That's a 512, so Brendyn will take that point. Wow, okay. It's 9-8 Brendyn. Or not 9-8 Anders, I should say. Okay, we're back. Alright. Brendyn's taking off his sweat jacket. That might be... This looks like the same shirt he wears to competitions, actually, if I'm not mistaken. Brendyn's
This scramble doesn't have too much. It just has
an adjacent
the
skip?
edge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adjacent. That's still pretty good though. Competitors can take advantage of that. Apologies for Brendyn's camera quality, and also a little bit of an audio delay. All right, let's see what that looked like.
Was that a DNF?
That, I don't know. Wait, let me just rejoin really quickly if I can just fix this camera quality for a second. Alright, let's do this. Oh no, I got something better. Okay, yeah, this is a lot better. Okay. Anders is starting. This is 5:15 from Brendyn.
Anders can definitely beat that.
He did not though, because that was
Not good.
that was a flip from Anders there.
That's a 9.
Brendyn ties it up here. Wow. Okay. This is interesting. This is very interesting, actually. Okay. All right.
So there's a corner skip and an edge center skip.
Yeah, Brendyn's nervous. Looking at it here, it's a solved clock. Let's see what the time is. That is a 4:87.
Very solid solve from Anders.
Brendyn has not gotten a sub 5 in the past 7 solves. So let's see if he can break that curse here.
His last sub 5 was the 324.
Wow. Okay, I don't think he's not getting a sub 5. That is a... Well, no, it is. It's a 489. Wow.
So 2/100ths of a second difference.
That is still going to be a point for Anders, though. Anders has achieved double digits. But Brendyn is kind of just on his tail right now. Wow, okay, this is exciting. Alright, Brendyn's going to be starting here.
Brendyn's cube cover's looking like it's about to fall apart.
Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Alright, Brendyn's starting here.
There's only a corner skip on this scramble.
Is he only looking at one side? Oh, wow. Okay. That was probably a sub 4. That's a free 70. He's gonna hit the gritty. No. I think his attitude about this match has also changed too. After he got his sub 4s, the start of the match, he was very happy, but here he's just kind of hoping to survive a little bit. I believe Brendyn has achieved double digits at this point. That is a 542 from Anders, so yes, Brendyn has achieved. This is the first
Score is
time
10-10.
where both competitors have achieved double digits. Wow, okay. It's neck and neck. It is literally neck and neck here. This is really exciting. Alright, I believe Anders is going next. Anders, do your scramble.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Okay, that is fine. Alright, Caleb, can you just say something to make sure you can hear me?
Hello, Carter.
Alright, yes, okay, I can hear you.
So this scramble has absolutely nothing on it. Do you see anything, Carter?
Not really, no. But let's see how Anders deals. Oh, it's a DNF. That's a DNF. Brendyn can take the lead here just as long as he solves the clock. Brendyn's use of hand warmers is very interesting. I haven't really seen Brendyn use hand warmers all that much in his official solves or just in general, so this could say a lot about what he's thinking about this match. He just has to solve the clock. Just as a reminder, he just has to solve the clock. Okay. That is a solved clock. So that's 10-11 in Brendyn's favor. Wow, okay. This gets interesting here. There's also not that much on the scramble other than a corner skip, so I want to see how competitors deal with that. Brendyn's being careful here with the cube cover, so we don't deal with that fiasco that we dealt with last time. Okay. Brendyn here, starting with not a good first cross. Not a good first cross.
And the
Multiple
double
flips.
flip.
It's a DNF.
It's a DNF. Okay. Anders has a chance to tie it up once again. Wow. This is amazing, honestly. Alright, Anders is starting here. This is just incredible, honestly.
Anders chooses not to take the corner skip.
Yeah, yeah, he just checks the backside. That's going to probably be a solved clock. That's a 6. Yes, that is a solved clock. Okay. That is 11-11. So, okay. Alright, let's see how this goes here. We're probably looking for about 2 minutes of stoppage time because honestly, I think it's probably fair to call this a draw, honestly. Do you agree, Caleb?
I'd be interested to see how this match plays out because both competitors are so close to 15 at this point.
Yeah.
But if any match deserves a draw, then it's this one.
Okay. Let's look at it here. He's going for the edge case in the back. Let's look. Alright, that is a 505. Brendyn can probably beat that, but as a reminder, he's only gotten about one or two sub 5s within like the past 10 solves, so it's going fast. It's a double flip though. Will that beat a 505?
I think that will.
That is a
407.
407 with 2 flips. This just kind of shows what's happening here. Brendyn wants to go all out, but he's still kind of keeping himself in check with that double flip. So that's really symbolic of what this whole match is kind of holding right now. So Anders here really just has to throw, maybe for a Brendyn win, but it's very likely that this will end in a draw. Okay. Okay. That is a DNF.
DNF.
That's DNF.
Anders can once again tie.
Okay.
The chat seems to be against the idea of having a draw. And I
Yeah.
sympathize with them on that.
Yeah.
Because I
but
want to see who wins this.
I think Brendyn can win this though. I will add 2 to 3 minutes stoppage time here.
And Anders solved the clock, so he takes a point.
Oh yeah, right. That's 12-12. Okay. All right. Okay. Are we looking for... Alright, I'm going to refresh here, and we should get another scramble. We're going to add probably 3 minutes of stoppage time.
So there's 2 edge cases on the scramble. interesting.
Okay. See how this goes. Anders looks shaky, honestly. That's DNF.
And that's a DNF.
That's a DNF. We keep getting DNFs from both of these competitors. Wow, okay. Don't want draw. We don't want draw.
And
Is that a
Brendyn
DNF?
DNFs as well.
Wow, okay. Yikes. That's the second time it's happened.
No.
No points from both competitors. We're gonna go in. Honestly, I'm gonna go into 4 minutes stoppage time here because I do want to see. The goal is to try to end this match, but we still kind of have to keep a time limit here so that we can do the match with Josh and Cameron, which will be in about 10 minutes. Okay. Let's see. That is going to be a 385. Anders going to sub 4 in this
He has
match?
not.
He is not, so we're gonna see what this looks like. A lot of people are saying no draw, but
I think that we should go with the chat. I think if it means delaying the next match by 10 minutes or so, it's worth it, just for the
Josh and
viewers'
Cameron
sake.
can wait. Okay.
That was not sub 4.
The winners reached 15 and 30 minutes. There is stoppage time involved, so that's 5:58. Okay. Please explain to me why the draw rule even exists. I think it's just, in terms of the group stage, we kind of want to have draws as a possibility in terms of keeping the competitors close. And also it's just so that we can, like, more evaluate, like, the fairness of each match. So,
What's the current score now, Carter?
current score is 12-12.
I switched
So,
section.
wait. What did you say?
I switched pin.
Okay, so that's a DNF. All
DNF
right.
for Anders.
Brendyn, that was a DNF from Anders because of a pin touch. You have, you can do yourself. All right, so that's a DNF from Anders here. Wow. This match was crazy. Wow. Okay, so that is 13-12.
Actually, I think it's match point.
It's not match. Is it match point?
It is. Brendyn has 14, while Anders has 12, I think.
Brendyn, you might have not counted. Is this gonna be another Carter incident? I don't really want that. 5, 9, 10. For me, it's 12 Anders. And let's count this. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have 13 for Brendyn right now.
Yeah,
Actually-
but this all you haven't entered in your result for it yet.
Oh,
so then
yeah.
it's going to be 14.
Okay, it is going to be 14. All right. So it is match
This is
point.
not a position that Anders wants to be in right now.
It is match point. So if Anders honestly keeps up this momentum, I think a draw is probably deserved. You forgot to put a point. Okay, it is 12-14. Okay. This is match point, just so we're aware here.
Anders is looking the most nervous he has throughout this
Yeah.
match.
Brendyn's shaky.
Brendyn can still choke this, though.
You didn't put in 25th point. Okay. This is going to be the benchmark to beat, and I don't think it's going to be a big benchmark.
This is not a good solve from Brendyn.
And with that, we're gonna see here what happens. It's gonna be a 876. And Anders beats that. And I think... Alright, so with the current rules, this would be considered a draw. But we're just gonna add the maximum of 5 minutes to see if Brendyn can achieve match point here. So...
Or Anders. Anders could still win it.
Anders can still achieve match point, so... Alright, I'm gonna stop the clock here. I think this is it, honestly. And Brendyn has misscrambled. Anders is solving, or Anders is inspecting, I should say. Get the scramble. There is a corner skip on both sides, so let's see how Anders deals with that.
Anders seems to be struggling.
Nervous. That is a solved clock. It's a 518. Alright, so...
I don't think that's gonna cut it.
Brendyn has to beat this solve, or else it will be considered a draw. Is
Not a good solve for
Brendyn gonna beat it? I think Brendyn might have beat it. He probably did. That's a 512.
A 5... Yeah, that beat it.
That's a 512. That beat it. Brendyn wins this match. 15-13. Wow. Okay, so that is the end of the match here. The final score was 15-13 in Brendyn's favor. So Brendyn, you have won the match. Okay, wait. Let me just we don't really have time for a post interview, but actually maybe we can just let's delay Joshua's match. We're gonna start maybe that match at 1:15. I think that's pretty fair, and we'll go into a post match interview. We'll be right back. Alright, so we are back with a post-match interview here. Wow. Just wow. That was a lot. Okay. So I'm gonna pull up my interview questions here, and with that we're gonna get started. So let's see here. Let me find my interview questions that...
Carter, could I start with my questions?
Yes, sure, definitely.
So this is to Anders. How do you feel that you pushing that pin really did give Brendyn the victory? It was so close at that point.
Yeah, that was too bad. And I'm also very sad about that DNF 387. If I didn't get that DNF, I would have won the match. So
yeah.
But yeah, the pin switch as well. Yeah, it is what it is.
It's what it is.
I think you definitely proved yourself to be one of the best clock solvers in the world right now, and you proved how good NoFlip can be at a high level.
Thank you.
Yeah. So this match, in my opinion, was very close. It was down to the wire essentially. So Brendyn, what was?
I can't hear Carter.
Okay. Oh wait, you can't hear me. I think Brendyn, it's an issue probably
I'm gonna
on
leave and
your end.
rejoin
Yeah,
you.
you should leave and rejoin. Okay. So, when Brendyn turns on his camera here, all right, I have a question for you. So just considering that this match was so close, what was the key to like being the winner here?
Well, to be honest, I don't even know because my saws are just so inconsistent. I mean, like I found like a new mod for this, it's like to weaken the magnets, but I think I weakened them way too much. So I wasn't really confident while turning. Due to me double flipping and like DNFing a lot, I feel like I need to fix my clock right after the
So
match.
so clock hardware is
Yeah, that's my main issue at the moment.
was your main
I'm just
issue.
gonna
But I guess how did you win essentially? You just think it was luck or was it just skill?
well, probably the mix of both since Anders did like DNF like from the pin touch that definitely helped me. Um but yeah, like during like the beginning of the match I wasn't like as confident in my or like during the middle of the match wasn't as confident in my turning. But then I at near the end of the match or like at the middle or end of the match, like my turning was improving a little bit because I just like started to trust myself even more. Oh,
Okay.
I guess that's
So
that
for
helped me.
Anders here, what could have made this like sort of on your side here because you only lost by 2 points here, which isn't a lot if you consider solve difference. But what do you think was your main takeaway in terms of how you could have done better to turn this around in your favor?
Yeah. I'm noticing that like I'm DNFing a lot on the backside.
Yeah.
With like I noticed like in the second half I started forgetting my memo, uh,
Oh.
which really hurt me.
Yeah.
So I DNF'd a couple souls because of that. So I
Yeah.
think I need to work on that.
All right. I just have just a general question for both of you. How did you deal with nerves in this match? Because this was probably very nerve-wracking for both of you. I think that I saw shaky turning from both sides, honestly. So, whichever one of you wants to start first.
Andrews, you can go first.
Yeah, I don't know. I was really nervous, which yeah, I wasn't expecting that actually.
You weren't expecting that.
But
Okay.
like for cold hands, use hand warmers.
Hand warmers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I saw Brendyn use hand warmers. So you use them during the second half, or were you using them throughout the match? Brendyn.
Who?
Brendyn, were you using them for during the second match?
Oh yeah, I
or the
was
second half?
using it throughout the whole match.
Throughout the whole match. Okay, Brendyn. So how did you deal with nerves? You're known for usually controlling your nerves very well. So
Yeah, I don't think my nerves are really a problem. It's just that my hardware
it's
that
just
I
your
have is
hardware.
like it makes me nervous to turn like fast because many people know I rely on turning fast for like the majority of events.
So
And
you
not
were
so
you
like
were
efficiency
more
wise.
yeah you were more concerned about the clock, not necessarily yourself,
Yes,
right?
exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay. That's an interesting take. So honestly, at this point, I don't really have any other questions to add. In 15 minutes, we are going to be doing the Joshua versus Cameron match. That's going to be really exciting to watch because this is
I'm excited for that. Yeah.
that is the first match where a competitor could possibly be eliminated from this clock cup. So,
I have a couple more questions, Carter, if that's
oh
okay.
yeah, go ahead, definitely. I'm going to start getting prepared for the Joshua match, but if you want to ask any questions, that'd be great.
So this is for both of them, but Brendan's average is a low 3.9, while Anders is a high 4.9. For both of y'all, like, does that, with that difference, did you feel any more pressure? Like, for Brendan to prove yourself to really be worthy of that average, or for Anders worried that you'd lose to him because his official average was so much better than yours?
Okay, I don't think nothing like really like made me nervous in terms of like looking at the other competitors' times. It's just that my main concern
Was oh Brendyn cut out.
Brendan's cutting out.
Oh no.
Okay. Caleb, you have any other questions to ask?
This is for Anders. How do you feel about being the only no flip user in this competition besides me? Just what are your
Yeah,
general thoughts?
I'm surprised that not many people use it because really a good method. Like if you practice it a lot, you could become like very, very low 3 average, I think. Like I think it's a possibility, like you could average really, really good with no flip. So yeah, yeah. I'm surprised that no one used it.
I agree with that. Have you thought about using 7 simul?
Yeah, I'm trying to practice it. But like the calculations take so long that I don't really want to practice so much because it's tiring.
It gets better over time, I promise.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, I don't have any more questions. Do you, Carter?
No, I really have to, I'm gonna, get ready for this, Cameron Joshua match, so, yeah, I don't think I have anything else to add here, and, honestly, that was a great match. That was probably one of the most exciting matches of the Clock Cup, if I had to make that determination now. In about 10 minutes, we're going to be going into the Joshua Cameron match, so stick around for that. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back. Thank you guys, and see you guys in